Well, hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Today I'm talking about crypto, checking in on Bitcoin, oh boy, Ethereum, oh gosh, it's getting so close, and then Cardano. What the heck is going on with Cardano? We're going to check all that out and more, so stick around and let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. For those of you who are interested, down in the description, check out my link for my Patreon by clicking that link and signing up. You get access to my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list of stocks, and then also my dividend portfolio, growth portfolio, and crypto portfolio. I'll tell you what, it's a new one from this summertime, but it's performed pretty well over time so far, and I expect it to do very well through the rest of Q4 and into Q1. And then throughout that time, we'll have to replan and see where crypto is going from there. But I think that we're going to see, we have seen, we're going to continue to see very bullish signs from there. Also, I have a private Discord over there with a community of investors who are just positive, passionate people who absolutely love talking about all things finance. So if you'd like to stop over and be part of that, we'd absolutely love to have you. That link for the Patreon is down in the description. Moving on from there, Moo and Weeble, click those links and sign up and deposit your money. By doing so, you get free stocks, and I get free stocks for the referral. Last thing that I have for you before we get started, cover up those eyeballs, mash around until you find that like button, subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to see anytime that my videos come out. With that said, let's move right on to the cryptos. Alright, so I got my friend CoinMarketCap here, and you can see I got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we'll go down here and talk about Cardano today. And Bitcoin still rocking right around 61,000. It was up over 62,000. Matter of fact, it closed the week at over 62,000. That's the highest close ever for Bitcoin. Hugely bullish. We'll take a look at the chart for that one. Ethereum, it has been close to that $4,000 mark. Now it's settling just below 3,800, and I think that we're going to find a lot of support there. We'll take a look at that chart as well. And then Cardano still down around $2.13, which, you know, it's not really all that surprising or fun at this point in time that we see that price, but if we look at the chart, I think that we're going to be a little bit more impressed by what we see looking forward from here. So even though this is not the exciting moment, I still think that there's a lot that we have to be excited about for Cardano moving forward from here. So those are the main three that I want to talk about. I just want to touch upon some others today. So Solana, you can see back down under 160. You can see it's still up 6% for the week, but it's down about 5% for the day. And this is one that, as we see that Bitcoin rally start to fade a little bit, we see that money flush back into the altcoins, and Solana being one of those. I think we're going to have a very bright future for Solana moving on from here. And then Polkadot still up around $42 per DOT token. Very awesome, up 17% for the week, down about 1% for the day. Doji, look at that one. Last I looked at this, it was 26 cents. Now it's back down under 26 cents, but still, this thing was around 20 cents per doji. So when we watch that earlier, you know, going up from there to here, that's a 25% gain for Dogecoin for anybody who happened to be trading it rather than investing in it. For those of you investors out there, for Dogecoin, good luck to you. You know, it is one that can really, really move in big ways and really change a lot of lives for some of the people who are bigger investors in it out there. Avalanche around $55, and then Chainlink just under 26. This is one that I think is still not showing its price potential. I think that is going to catch up soon. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Polygon, which is up about 20% for the week, rocking up above $1.50. And I think that we're going to see a lot of strength coming out of Polygon, following strength, just lagging right behind whatever we see coming out of Ethereum, that the two are going to have an interplay, that Ethereum is going to gum up and get congested, and that's going to drive demand for the Matic token moving forward from here. Alright, so with that said, let's jump over to Bitcoin and take a look at its chart. So here's Bitcoin, and you can see the recent price action. We'll zoom out just a little bit so that you can see this bullish pennant forming up. It's not necessarily the prettiest one that we've seen. However, I still think that going even across the tops here for these opens and closes across the green and red candles that we have, and yeah, there's some wicks that are up here that the bears are pushing it back down again. I think we're getting a lot of selling pressure near those high prices that people are cashing in, who may have been holding the bag for quite a while, who bought in at the top of this thing and are just looking for a way to kind of lift that burden off their shoulders. So taking advantage of these really high prices, relatively high prices that we have for Bitcoin right now, now, I think is what we're seeing. But you can see with the fact that we're sort of trending upward with these lows that we have a lot of bullish investors coming in, still supporting these prices, and the fact that we have a lot of hodling going on with Bitcoin, that it's one of those long-term holds that we have more and more, that people are buying it and holding off onto it and then taking it off of those exchanges. So pinching that supply with that increased demand should move on to very, very bullish price action in the very near future. So I think the next few days are going to be really exciting for Bitcoin, that we're going to see that new all-time high come in any day now, and when it does break up above that, I think that we're going to really be into no man's land as far as price action goes. Then we'll see if we fall into that stock to flow model, that we hit around $85,000 per BTC by the end of 2021, or are we going to hit that $100,000 mark that some people are talking about? We're going to have to wait and see what it does from here, but wherever it goes, I believe that direction is up. The question is, how high will it go up in the near future? Moving on from there, we have Ethereum. Now with Ethereum, if I zoom out on the chart, you'll see this looks a little bit different than it did with Bitcoin. I'll even zoom in, make it larger on the screen for you. There we go. And you can see that we keep falling short of that all-time high. As a matter of fact, if we look across the larger trend that we have moving on here, well, I have the RSI down here. You can see the RSI is climbing. So as a matter of fact, right now, we still have that move into bullish territory. We have these higher lows, we have these higher highs. And as long as we don't pull back down to this 53 mark that we have for the RSI, when we still put in a higher low, then that gives us a reason to believe that we're going to have a higher high to follow that. And then don't forget that we still have that news of the merge that we're waiting on to find out when that date is going to happen, when that mainnet will be merged with the beacon chain, and we have that switch to proof of stake, which should encourage more holding on to Ethereum or to that Ether. And then that should also take away some of that selling pressure that we get from the miners dumping Ether back onto the market, so we should find less on the exchanges all the time. And so that demand that continues for ETH, and the fact that we have a shrinking supply, and with the Ether being burned from the London hard fork that we have, this is going to get really interesting really fast. And I say that by the end of 2021, seeing that $5,000 price tag is still something that's within reach. And if we look at the larger trend that we have building up here, you can see these highs that are slightly tapering off. We can see these lows that are building up. I think that this is a very large wedge pattern that we have building up here, and even if it does drop off a little bit, I think it's not going to drop off as low as it did before. It could possibly put us maybe in the near future around 3,300 if it does happen to fall. Although from here, with the building RSI that we have and the momentum that we have in the crypto markets, I don't even know that we'll pull back that far. It could be sooner than later that we start to push on and break that resistance that we're finding at the $4,000 mark, and then after that it's up to that new all-time high. We'll see if we end up hitting that resistance where we found it before at just over $4,300 per Ethereum. This, I think, is a very good looking chart that we have, and I think it's going to continue to pick up speed and gain momentum, push us to new all-time highs before the end of 2021. So definitely one to watch. Finally, we have Cardano to look at, $2.14, and this is a good looking chart as well. Now we have a lot of bullish behavior, and if we look more recently at Cardano's price action, now the RSI is kind of a funny one to look at here because we are in a bit of a consolidation phase when we look at Cardano. And you can see this sort of wishy-washiness that we have between the highs and the lows, that is just sort of trading sideways for a while. The good news is that it is up above the $2 mark. So what we find is a higher base of support than what we found before when it was around $1. So we're still up about 2x from where we were with that previous base of support. Now from here, where do we go? Well, a lot of that depends on the DeFi adoption that we have, and also NFT markets, also crypto gaming development overall for Cardano. So right now, I think we're in sort of a boring phase for Cardano. I think there's still a lot of bullish activity. I think that there's a lot of strength in the crypto market. I think that Cardano has a big part to play in all of that. I think we're just sort of in a lull news-wise for Cardano, that we're without a catalyst to really push up their price, and so from that we get this sort of consolidation, sideways trading that we have. And if this thing should drop under $2, I will definitely take the opportunity to make a bigger dollar cost average position in order to increase my returns on Cardano over the long term. I still think it's very possible that before the end of 2021 that we start to see that $3 mark come back around again, and possibly into new all-time highs, depending on what sort of news we get, maybe even up to $5 per ADA token leading into the end of 2021, and also continuing strength into Q1 of 2022. So let me summarize. The crypto market, I think that the bull run is still going strong. Bitcoin, new all-time highs are coming. I think we could see it within the next several days here. And then also we have Ethereum pushing up near that $3,800 mark and also failing to break resistance at 4,000. I think it's only a matter of time before we see that break as well. And I don't think it's as far in the future as other people might think. And I think that we're going to see new all-time highs in this fourth quarter of 2021, and we could possibly see something up to $5,000 per Ether token by the end of 2021. And then Cardano is in that consolidation phase. Sometimes this is a good opportunity for people to accumulate their holdings that they have in tokens like this. For me, it is an opportunity. So remember, I'm only speaking for myself here. So I will take this opportunity. I will add to my position in Cardano over time. And if it does happen to drop for whatever reason below $2 per ADA token, for me that would be a rather large buying opportunity, because we see just how quickly it rebounds right back up pretty strongly over that $2 mark. And I think for Cardano, we just need that next big catalyst to come along and really elevate us up to that next new all-time high. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you want to check out my Patreon, that link is down in the description. Come on over and be part of the community. We'd absolutely love to have you over there. Also, Moo and Weeble, go ahead and click those links, sign up, deposit your money, and get your free stocks. And thank you for the free stocks. I really do appreciate all the support that you show, even if it's just with those eyes wide open that you deliberately press that like button, subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to see any time that my videos come out. Thank you. Even if it's just watching these videos all the way through, every little bit that you can do to support this channel really does help. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for watching me. Now go get that money.